right now, start doing something, anything on a consistent basis to make your dreams a reality. My friends, you have to feel that push. You have to get out there now and start doing something. Otherwise, time will pass you by. Your dreams will always be just there in front of you. You will never be reaching them. And I do urge you, if you're interested in learning how to chart the market, if you think that in the future you would like to be someone who successfully trades stocks, ETFs, makes money in the market, the only way to get there is to start working right now. And we have a plan, 10 to 15 minutes each and every day, following these charts with us, taking the trainings that we offer. We put a training in our email every single day. There's great training at the website. You can go to our YouTube channel and look up the trainings there. The always winning method, the golden rule, all the things that we have there. We put a good training at the end of each video, plus we give you one in the show notes every day. And by that I mean if you go to chartingwealth.com and subscribe. And I have promised, and I will be doing it again in the not too distant future. I've got a couple of things to tell you today. The first is, yes, I will be doing more trainings, more live 3-part, once a month trainings with a 3-part follow-up to make sure that you get it down. I've done that in the past. That is a paid training. It's a big training that we do. We limit it to only 25 people, so I get to know you and know who you are, what you're trying to do, where you are trying to go. So we do that. I will do that in the future. I've done it in the past. It's a lot of work on my part, and I sort of have to get myself geared up for it. But I will be doing that in the not too distant future. And I've already written the latest book, The 3-Wave Trades. I'm working on the name of the book now, but it's something to do with 3-wave trades. And of course, the 3 waves, as you see on the screen, half day, 2-day, weekly, I will be putting that book out soon. And I can't wait to get that to you. In fact, I'm going to start putting out trainings from that book. As a matter of fact, I might do one this afternoon after today's show. So we're going to jump into the markets. Everything was down before the end of the day, and right at the end of the day, they managed to go positive. I saw all sorts of red in the charts, and now as I glance back at the 4 o'clock closing, everything ended up except Bitcoin. It was down a little bit. But let's talk about where we are. As we start this new week off, you can see that we have a green up candle. We don't have any wick going down, a little bitty wick on top. If we look at, let's blow up the half-day chart. You can see where things peaked back in the morning last Thursday. Then we had crazy Thursday afternoon. And then you see on Friday and today, again, things well below where they peaked. So we'll see where this market is going. As you look back in time, you can see where the half-day chart popped up back in mid-June, ran down a little bit, popped back up to about the same spot in late June, ran back down, then went up above that to the prior most recent high back on the 19th, and then hit it again on the 25th, and then popped up on the 27th a little higher, and now is back down again. So where are we going here? I can't tell you. I know at some point this will end and things will roll over. They have been going up literally since that week starting the 20th of March. It has just been, but for a sideways slide here starting in, mid-April to mid-May, and then things took off again. It has been wonderful for this long in the tooth trade that has done very, very well for us. But again, at some point it will end. We see that we are above on the 2-day chart. And again, this is the weekly trend line on both the 2-day and the half-day. You can see that we are above on both of those. You can see the pop up here. And we'll just continue to wait, watch, and see. Ended up at the end of the day up 0.19%. Even less, but still up 0.05% was the NASDAQ 100. And of course, we can see where it most recently peaked back 3 weeks ago, the week beginning the 17th. I guess that was 2 weeks ago or going into the third week. Sometimes that can be confusing. You look at the 2-day and the half-day, you see that we are above. This 2-day chart, of course, represents last Friday and today, since it's a 2-day candle. But again, we can see that we're continuing to just move up slowly and surely, and we shall see. And again, you can see where things had popped up to the most recent high back on the 19th, and then down and trying to regain that, but then sort of stalling right here again at a certain mark. So we'll keep an eye on things and see if stocks are just, I mean, we're in these trades, in our practice trades. We'll see how much higher they go, but we are waiting to go short when that opportunity presents itself. And of course, for those of you who really knew what a short mean, that means going against the market. How do we do that? Well, on the S&P, you can buy puts, of course, but you can also, even easier, something for you to practice trade is something like SH. It is an inverse fund, and you see how it's going down as the underlying S&P 500 goes up. What does that mean? It means when the S&P goes down, SH goes up. That is a single short. We have a great training. In fact, I'll put it at the end of today's video. Inverse funds, how to make money when markets crash. It's always good to talk about those before the market crashes. There is one on the NASDAQ 100 too. There's all sorts of shorts that you can find on these big indexes like the S&P, like the NASDAQ. There'll be a double short, a triple short, these ultra short. The fees just get more expensive as you get shorter. And of course, we're just talking about following the market. So this is the one for the NASDAQ 100 PSQ, Papa Sierra Quebec. For those of you in the military, it is the pro-share short of the NASDAQ 100. So just things to think about, know about, learn about, practice. And there will be a training in the end of today's video for you on inverse funds. Now and there are certain difficulties with them. Like I said, the fees are higher. They recalculate on a daily basis. Those can give you problems. But if you're going in the right direction, they can also be very helpful and give you something to do when the market's not going the right way. Let's look at 20-year bonds, up a little bit for the day, 0.24%. Not been really excited about 20-year bonds. Didn't jump into this up move because it was just too flat. And of course, what did it do? Rotate back over. Again, as we start the week off, you can see it was up in the morning, a little further up in the afternoon on the half-day chart. Look at all that volume. That's interesting. We got a red candle starting off the week, not reaching that low of last week, of course, because it was up a little bit. So waiting for bonds to sort themselves out. What about gold? Well, gold up for the day a little bit, 0.27%. Going into the fourth week of green, again, not taking off and just jamming up high, but maybe relentlessly trying to go. Now, we do see where gold hit its most recent high of 184.23 2 weeks ago, 183.65 last week. So far this week, 183.09. So we will see if gold is going to go above this previous high back on the week starting the 17th of July, or if it's going to die on the vine. We have lots of indecision on the 2-day charts. You see two spinning tops. We look at the half day, and of course it banks in the last 2 days, some up movements, but we can go back and see where the prior high was, and we've rolled off that. We are above the weekly trend line decently on the half day, sitting right there on it on the 2 day. So we'll keep an eye on gold. What do we see going on with Bitcoin? Down for the day, 0.73%. Again, hoping it's going to pull back a nice bit, reset, and allow us to be able to find a good trend, a good crossover going up that we could jump into and feel comfortable riding. So far, where it pops up and then slides sideways, not what we're looking for. We really want to see these charts reset themselves. I will tell you the one thing, since they bottomed out back at the end of the year, we did see things jump up in January. slide sideways into March, pop up again at the end of mid-April, and then slide sideways and down, and then pop up a third time at the end of June, and really only until sort of the beginning of July, almost mid-July, and then start rolling over again. So we'll keep an eye on things, see where it leads us. Not excited about getting into Bitcoin on any kind of practice trade at this point because there's just nothing to give us any clue about what's really happening and where things are really going. That's where we are, folks. Glad to bring you some of the information that we did today. Hope you enjoy the inverse fund training going to be at the end of today's video. And if you're not a subscriber, go to chartingwealth.com, sign up. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. God bless. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.